Well, hello, and welcome. Welcome to the Big Dividend Hunter Show. This is episode number 1, my inaugural launch. Been putting this together for a little while, and it's February 12th, 2023, and your first question is who is this guy? So here comes the hype. Hang on. Let's see. I am Stephen C. Drummer, aka the Big Dividend Hunter. Here's some pictures of me that I've taken for my brand as being the Big Dividend Hunter. And you can see if I'm wearing it, it's part of the brand. The hat, the tie, my nice lion tie, my nice brown vest, white shirt. I also got a nice gold chain around there. I think it's gold. Looks pretty. My black shoes, khaki pants. I'm looking to build a brand and hoping to have a good time with everybody. And let's go on here. This is my house. It's paid for. It's a nice little Cape Cod house. With a lawn out here, and in the back we got a garage and a little backyard over here somewhere, and I got some trash cans. So this is what I drive. It's a 2009 Chevy G1500 Express Cargo van. I got noted down here. I'm recording this today, February the 12th, 2023. I've got 378,000 miles on it. I drive as an expedited freight courier. I move freight from point A to point B in a 2 to 4 hour window. Work for a great company, and so I don't have no exotic vehicle. This is the company. They're all LLCs. They're located here in Ohio. This is my root company, Stephen C. Drummer LLC. Everything eventually winds up there. My marketing branch, which I have on eBay, I've got an eBay store. There's not much stuff in it right now. It's My Select Stuff. It's also here in Ohio. And the Big Dividend Hunter LLC, that's what you're seeing right now, is the investing branch. Oh, also my hat's pretty special too. There's a nice story behind all of that, but we'll save that for some time in the future. And well, now you're finding out about me. Oops, what do we got here? Oh, here we go. This is a valley in India. It's a public domain picture, but it sort of represents the stock market. We got a jungle out here. It's all over the place, and we're trying to find some gems, some really good stocks that pay good dividends consistently, month after month, year after year. And I've been doing this now for about 2 years, and this is this is what do I do? Well, I got no courses to offer. At least not yet. I don't got a book for sale. And I don't got no wild story, like going from $0 to $2 million in 2 years. I started doing dividend investing a little over 2 years ago. And where'd my mouse go? There it is. And I look for the best monthly and quarterly returns. And what I've been doing is monthly, I've been building charts, tables, to help me decide what to buy and what to look at and what maybe to stay away from. And these charts is my side hustle here. I'm going to sell them on a monthly basis or as need basis. There won't be no subscriptions or membership fees. If you want to buy it, buy it. If you think I'm full of balloon juice, hey, okay. I'm going to try to pass on useful information that I've learned from watching hundreds of videos, reading some books, and trial and error of what really does work, what really doesn't work. Whoops, went to the wrong one. Hang on. And I'm on Facebook, and I'm on YouTube as the Big Dividend Hunter. I'll show you those pages in a few minutes, so if you want to look me up, you'll know that you got the real deal. And so, yeah, I'm trying to benefit myself and benefit investors by narrowing down the search, trying to find good quality stuff and pass it along, and hopefully you'll profit from it, and we'll all be better off for it. So let's see what we got next here. Aha, here we are. What are we looking for? We're all looking for this. And any type of stock we buy, whether it be a stock, an ETF, an ETN, even a mutual, a bond, whatever, we want good value. We want to invest in companies that have products and services that get used again and again and again. We don't companies that are just I don't know, I guess you could call them a one-trick pony. That they're not gaining traction. They're not growing well. We're trying to weed them out and get to the good stuff. And we're looking for growth. We'd like to see the dollar value of whatever stock increase as the company prospers. We'd like to see some gains there. That the stock I bought today is worth more 6 months from now. And the real heart we're getting to is we want to generate a stream of income, aka dividends, that are steady and hopefully increasing. And we want to be able to have a nice stream of income. My goals, got some goals here for me and for you, is I hope I can enlighten you. I've watched an awful lot of videos and done an awful lot of reading, but there are nuances and little details, little things that pop up that aren't in the books. They're a matter of experience and somebody passing them along. And I've got a small account. They consider anything under $100,000 small, so I'm under 100. And you can listen to the big guys, Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger. I'm dropping names. And they're doing everything at the $1 million level. Well, how about somebody down here that is moving down the road that I'm working at the $1,000 level, $1,000, $2,000 purchases, and you might be even smaller. But somebody that can sort of lead you along, because I'm going to try it first and make sure it works and works again and again, and then I'm going to tell you about it. I'm not going to just guess and think, well, it should. But when I pass a nugget along, I got experience behind it that, it has worked. Hopefully it'll continue working. And second there, I want to encourage you. That's what I'm doing right now. That I started out with $600 in my trading account. And I lost a couple of times. I got out of those trades real quick. But I definitely say I've grown. My account has grown. It's growing. And it takes a little bit of, how do you say, trial and error. Let me tell you one story. I've got millions of stories. My account had grown to about $5,000, and I caught a rally one day. Had the money in place, ready to go. The rally lasted 3 hours, and I made $300. Haven't seen a rally since, but I do work for steady, solid growth. And want to encourage you that you're going to have to learn an awful lot of stuff. There is a multitude of details and gears turning here that just can be discouraging at times. And lastly, next one is experience. I'm going to show you what I'm doing. I want to talk about what I'm doing, what works, what has worked, what's still working, what I hope continues to work. And these little nuggets, like I say, that you're not going to learn in a book, and the gurus that are doing $1 million trades every day don't even think about, so they don't mention them. And lastly, I hope I entertain a little bit with some stories, with experiences, and you find that I'm fun to listen to because I'm just going to tell you like it is. If I lose something, I'll be talking about my portfolio a little bit here. It's been a journey and continues to be a journey. So let's see, what do we got next? Here we are. My investing style. All the gurus talk about this. This isn't anything new. It's nothing I've made up. But it works. And if it works, I think it was Kevin O'Leary. There's another name drop. No, it was Warren Buffett. I'm sorry, I'll drop his name. He says, find something you're good at and do it over and over and over. And then while you're doing it over and over and over, try to find something else that you can get good at. And then start doing that over and over and over. And just keep doing that again and again. And that's what I've been doing. I do dollar cost averaging. Every 2 weeks, when I get paid, a portion of it goes into the account. And once a month is my schedule. I look at my charts here and decide where the money should go. I only buy once a month. Occasionally, when I get a notice for something, I may buy a second time. But generally, I'm only buying once a month. And that seems to be working well for me. You got to find out what works well for you, too. And buying the dip. I've heard everybody say to buy the dip. And they say in a bull market where there is a 5% or more drawback, when it drops 5%, that's a good dip. A little itty-bitty fluctuations aren't going to help you. I have bought on the dip of a couple of times, and I can say 9 out of 10 times, yeah, it worked. But you got to be patient. You got to wait sometimes. You got to see what's happening. You got to look every day to see how things are shaping up. Right now, the biggest one, especially during 2022 when we had the real big dip, I did bargain basement buying. I saved up money. I was looking for value in good companies that had growth and a good dividend. And we had a major downturn in 2022. If you made money in 2022, well, you were doing something right. And then windfall purchases. This is the one that doesn't get mentioned very often, but I found that a couple of the people I listen to that are running smaller accounts, like 100 to 200,000, that's a small account. When you get a tax refund, bonus work. In my job, bonus work comes around often enough, and it's normally pretty quick, pretty easy, and it pays pretty premium. Or enough capital for my side hustles. I'm on eBay, Marketplace on Facebook. I sell stuff, find stuff. I repair computers. I refurbish them. I'll pick up 20 laptops at a shot, and I'll refurbish them, put the operating system in them, make sure they have all the updates, and then resell them. I haven't had much of that recently, though, but I get enough from my side hustles. Gift money. I do a favor for somebody. Oftentimes, I'm not looking for anything in return. I'm just looking to help them out, and they'll slip me some cash. I don't ask, and I don't expect it. That's gift money. Well, it goes right here. And there are probably other ways, but you come into some money, put it to work. That's what Kevin O'Leary always says. He's always looking for to send his soldiers his money out to bring back more soldiers. He's a dividend and royalty king. That he always has money coming in from anything he's ever invested in. He gets a stream of income from it. That's what we got to work at. So let's go on here. What else? Oh, my mantra. These are the things that I've learned over a long period of time that just hold true. Quality comes at a minimum price, but don't overpay for it. Sometimes spending a few extra dollars on an item is well worth it in the long run. And the second one comes from Dave Ramsey. There's another name drop. Live like no one else today so that you can live like no one else tomorrow. Wow. The frugal lifestyle. And right now there's like 500 frugal videos on YouTube to show you how to take care of your money and be able to keep more of it and make it work harder for you. Okay, let's take a look at 2022 in a nutshell. It was a challenging year. 20% drop in all the markets. Sometimes more, sometimes a little less, but an average around 20%. And in my portfolio, it went down around 25%. $12 trillion of lost value on the markets. There were companies that wound up getting delisted. I used to get emails every day about various types of trading. Take our options course to be a penny trader. That stuff. And most of 2022, that stuff disappeared. And if you learned how to turn a dollar in 2022, we got to talk. And it really affected everybody. Nancy Pelosi lost 20% of her portfolio, according to news reports. And she's got professional people doing the work. They're supposed to know how to protect stuff. She lost 20%. And plenty of stories of millionaires and billionaires that lost millions and billions of value. And even Warren Buffett sold some losing stocks. So it happened to the big guys here, and it happened to me, and I'm just riding the wave out again. January 5th of 2022, the Dow Jones Industrial hit a 52-week high, $36,952.66. September 23rd, it hit a 52-week low, $29,590.41. Difference of $7,362.25. As of today, it's hanging around 34,000, give or take. So it's had like a 3,500 to 4,000 point rebound. And everybody's just, yakking recession, 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 inflation, 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 interest rate after interest rate hike. And penny stocks have taken a pounding, and even dividend payments have been reduced. I've seen some of them go up this past month, but a lot of them took a pounding at the end of December. So away we go. 2023 outlook. There was something they were talking about a week ago called the January trifecta. And January was a pretty good year. It was a pretty good month. There was a nice upswing. The definition of it, though, is the Santa Claus rally. The first 5 days early warning system, whatever that is, and the January barometer are 3 seasonal indicators recorded by Hal Hirsch in Stock Trader's Almanac in '72. And they seem to think that these indicators in January can predict the market's direction for the rest of the year. Well, when I'm looking at news and whatnot, I see one expert predicts a big downturn for the year. Then the next story I read is another expert who predicts a big upswing. Who do you believe? I don't know. You just got to do your own study and your own work, and try to listen to people that, for the time being, are getting it right, and take your best shot, I guess. Okay, let's talk dividends here for a second, then we'll get to the good part. There are 5 parts to a dividend. The first is the declare date. That's when the company says that they're going to pay a dividend and how much it's going to be per share. And one thing to watch out for is please make sure when you're looking at any dividend report that they're talking in US dollars. I often see something that looks like a reasonably good dividend return, then I look it up, and they're talking, Mexican pesos, Hong Kong dollars, Canadian dollars, which makes the value quite different than in US dollars. And third is the expire date. That's a very important date because you have to own the stock free and clear by close of business on that expire date, which means typically 3 days before the expire date. If you're going to buy it, you better buy it by then. I made a purchase once where I thought I could beat the expire date, and it came in a day late. It didn't cost me much. I missed out on a couple bucks worth of dividends for that month. But if you got to have it free and clear, you can buy it on Monday. But the way a lot of these trading platforms work, let's say you buy it on Monday, it may not be really yours till Thursday, sometimes Wednesday. So plan accordingly. And then the record date is when the company looks at all their stockholders to see who owns stock by the end of business on the expire date. Now the pay date occurs on the actual, what do I got written here? Oh, the actual date. I got to move me a little bit. To 7 and 9 calendar days after the pay date. So it may say it occurs on, I don't know, let's say February the 14th, Valentine's Day. Some of the stuff I own will actually pay on that date. Other stuff I have to wait 3 days afterwards, and then it's in my account. And a couple of them I actually have to wait like 7 to 9 calendar days before it shows up in my account. So these are my favorite websites that I get my information from NASDAQ, Dividend Investing, Dividend.com, Stock Analysis. They all bring something to the table that interests me. Something, numbers, whatever. Those are my 4 main ones. Now let's get to the good stuff. The table. I'm not going to cover all this. Freeze the video here and read it, and and it'll be all self-explanatory once I bring it up here. All right, let me get out of here. Let me bring up what I do. Yeah, here we go. Let me bring my chart over. Let me expand my chart. Now this is a pretty big eyeful, but I get all this information off of various feeds and I assemble all this stuff. It takes a while. And this is a table. You can actually sort things. These little arrows here that point to these little triangles. So if you wanted to see your stocks in alphabetical order, the ones that I've gotten off the feed, there it is. If you want to see from, like, say, the smallest quote to the largest quote, well, this one's available for 97 cents. Consecutive increases play some part. Like down here, this TAIT has had 6 years of continuous increases. And then the previous dividend amount from the previous period that they paid, and the current dividend amount that they're going to pay in this period. And this is the real meat right here, the rating. This is the number that I've developed. It's nothing, just basic math. From largest to smallest. And then there's a rate change. The bigger this number, the better quality of dividend versus price that you receive. You'll see some stuff in the red here. That's where there's been a change from the previous to the current. And they've dropped. In the last period, they paid $1.35 here. In this period, they're paying 18 cents. So that's a pretty big drop. When you see zeros, they're paying a steady dividend. And a green means they boosted. So USOI, their last monthly payment was $1.22 9/10. They're paying this month, which was January, $1.38.2. And what you see in yellow here is the stuff that I own. Now, let's go here for the current rating. Well, let's see what's happening. And we see a huge change here on this first item. Well, back in December, they paid a $5 a share dividend. They normally pay a 40-cent, so they paid a pretty big one. Way over here in the comments, there was a special qualifier, a 7Y. I guess you had to own stock for 7 years, I don't know, to qualify for this dividend. So little comments are over here. You can see where I bought big dividend drops, and you can see where I bought some of this stock, the OXLC, in the 1st of February. But now we look at this rating current, and anything that's over a 10 gets my attention. And you can see I got some other stuff. Stuff in brown here, this is stuff I'm thinking about buying. I'm not sure. They had a dividend cut. They cut it in half. Literally, these three. They're sisters. And these two, well, they're the same thing. ZTR. They're interesting. They got a good... They're ones I'm going to look into further. I'm not sure yet I want to buy them, even though they're ranked higher. But this is what helps you the best, because there's over 6,000 stocks out there, and we're trying to find the ones that perform the best. Now, these two blue columns here, everybody talks in a $10,000 position. If you have $10,000 and you put it in here, this is what you can expect. You can change this column. So let's say you only have $2,500. And this column will show you how many shares you need to earn or own. So for a $2,500 position, I need 233.6 shares, 234. And I'll change these two columns to how much income projected you should gain. Now that's not an exact number here. These columns are not exact. It's just a rough projection. So let's change this back to 10,000. Yep, missed a 0. Okay, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4.00. Okay. So if you had a $10,000 stake in CRF, you'd need to own 1,284 shares, and it would generate you about $1,807 over the course of the year. And if you reinvested back into CRF the entire year, that number would actually get bigger. And then we have how many dividends they've paid in the last 12 months. Their dividend yield and that's from a feed. So that number, that was calculated by somebody else. And that's a percentage. So they're thinking that you're going to get about an 18% gain out of it. What exchange it's on, what sector of business it's in. And then the four most important columns out here is the declare date of when they're declaring the dividend will be paid, the expire date, which is very important. You got to own it by close of business that day. The record date of when the company's going to check to see who they have to pay, and then the pay date. And that's the gist of all this chart. And if you wanted to, you can sort any one of these columns. So if you want to find things that are just, we'll sort from A to Z here. Consumer products. You can find all the ones that I have found so far, and I know I haven't found all of them, that are in consumer products. That may be someplace where you think your money will work well. Energy. A lot of energy sectors. Let's see what else we got. A couple of ETFs. Those are mine. When you see something in the lower case here, over here, that's information I've had to put in manually. I couldn't get it from a feed. So all this is what I put in. Then you got financials. And we skim down through that. A lot of financials. Lots and lots of financials. I'm not going to the bottom. Anyhow, and I've divided it up down here on the bottom. So if you just want to look at, I don't know, stuff that pays quarterly. There's all the stuff that pays quarterly. So you can get it. I've pulled it out from the main feed. Let's see, largest to smallest. So now you can look at quarterly stuff. Here's one that I'm interested in. $3.93. It's paying a 12-cent dividend every quarter. I'm thinking about buying it. A couple of hundred shares. This continues over here. This is for the monthlies. That's where most of my stuff is right now. And as you can see by the yellow, my stuff's at the top of the list. And I'm looking at, I just bought this, so this should be yellow, I'm sorry. And I'm looking at these three down here, and these say, any one of these in here is worth looking at. I've narrowed the search down from 6,000 to there's 103 that are paying monthly for at the end of February. And you'll have to look at the pay date here on the quarterlies to see if they're paying in February or in March. And there's some oddball ones here. Here's for ones that pay dividends of 0. They may have just started 1, 2, or 3 a year. Maybe something in there of interest. Here's one that pays from 5 to 11 times a year. And there's that crazy one, that SOBS. And the other one, ones that pay more than 12 times a year. These pay 13, 17, and but it narrows down the search. And where I want to go, I can't get to. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. I want to get to the instructions page, but part of it's covered up over here. You'll be able to see it. I can't. This is the instructions page. If you'd like to have this thing, I'm getting to the side hustle. You can donate. If I've helped you and you just want to make a donation, that's where you can send your donation. The information is believed as accurate as possible. All errors are unintentional and users should verify before proceeding. Now, if you want to get this document, it is locked. But all you have to do is copy a page into a fresh Excel spreadsheet, and everything's unlocked. Grade columns contained equations. Please don't alter them. The dollar position column in light blue may be altered to reflect any amount you wish to enter, like your current holdings. Please don't repost this file on any media anywhere. It's for your personal use. Send me questions. I don't know. May not be able to provide a personal response, but might do a video to answer question or questions. My big disclaimer, I'm not a professional in any capacity with any entity connected to any stock market entity. I provide information. You must do your own study and research and make your own decisions. Then there's the instructions for the table explaining the colors and everything. And let's take this out of here for a second. Here we are back. So if you want the tables, $5. It does take me quite a while to put them together. Go to PayPal.me/myselectstuff. And when it gets to the part of it says, what are you paying for? Say February 2023 table. Leave the quotation marks out, just what's in between. It's only for your use. It will be sent to you within 24 hours because I'm doing this manually till I can't. Then I'll get a download service when I have sufficient volume where I can't keep up with it. I'm not going to sell your email addresses. I don't like that. We'll always do offers, if I have any, from my email address. So if there's something out there that I think might interest everybody, that's sent me a donation or bought the chart, that's I'll keep an email list, and I'm very selective about who gets what. I'm not going to do it just for anybody just because they throw some money at me to advertise their product. If I don't like their product, well, if I don't like it, you ain't going to see it. And okay, when you go to my PayPal address, PayPal me address, this is what you'll see. So you know that's me. I live in Maple Heights, Ohio. That's near Cleveland. And what do we got here? Oh, so you want to know how I'm doing? And this is my. I'm coming to the end. I started investing about a little over 2 years ago. Dividend investing exclusively, and my portfolio is, as of this date, down in the red, 11.86%. There was one time when it was down 25% during 2022. I'm going to tell you my 12-month average, and every month I hope to see this average go up. My 12-month average from February of last year to January of this year was $200 a month. I'm not going to get into exact pennies. It was real close to $200 a month. And I'm hoping by the end of the year to actually see that doubled. So this was a pretty long video, my first video. You got to see me in all my garb. In my brand. I hope you got this far. Maybe I'll do something at the end of the video. See if you've been paying attention all the way through. So, for now, let me get out of this. Let me bring this back up. So, oh, wrong one. Here we go. Let me give you a gander. Let's see. The quarterly ones. Yeah, take a screenshot if you want. Top 17 here. Be part blocked out down here by me talking. Print it out. See if it makes sense. And oh, okay. Here's for monthlies. And drop me a line. And this has been fun. Oh, yeah, I'll save it. I'll close that out. Close this out. And I am Stephen C. Drummer, the Big Dividend Hunter. First show is in the bag. May your trades be profitable and keep on learning. Thank you for your time. The next show, well, subscribe, like, and we'll see when the next show comes up. It won't be that long. Thanks. Bye-bye.